This is Carrie. I'm here at the Jones Center and I'm going to be filming a yoga class today, kind of a level 1 to 2. I'll have options for more work and less work depending on what you want. So let's get started. Hello. All right, let's get started. If you'll take a seat on your mat and cross-legged, or if that's not comfortable, just extend your legs out long. If it's comfortable for you, go ahead and close your eyes or just lower your gaze. Begin to connect with your breath. Feel the support of the ground underneath you. Breathing in and out through your nose. And then count the length of your inhale and allow your exhale to be the same length as your inhale. Take 2 or 3 breaths like this. In through the nose and out through the mouth, through the nose. Relax your shoulders down and lengthen the crown of your head towards the ceiling. And then after your last exhale, open your eyes. And on your inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, arms to the sides. Remember, if you're protecting injuries, be sure to listen to your body or any doctor's recommendations. Breathing in and breathing out. One more time. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up. Pause here, and then on your exhale, left hand towards the floor. Reach through your right arm, grounding through the right sit bones. Inhale back up and exhale to the other side. Grounding through the sit bones. Inhale up and 2 more times just like this. Exhale. Inhale with your breath. And once more to the other side. Coming back to the center, exhale, twisting towards your left, about 70% of your ability to twist here at the beginning. Inhale back up, exhale to the other side. Inhale up, exhale, inhale, exhale. Once more each side. Back to the center. Exhale your arms by your sides, and now switch the crossing of your legs if you're cross-legged. And begin again. Inhale up. Exhale, reach forward as far as you can. Tuck your chin. And inhale back up. Exhale, reach forward. Tuck the chin. Exhale fully. Inhale back up. One more exhale, reaching forward, arms back towards your body, hands on your knees. We'll do a little circling of the chi. So exhale and come around in a circle. It doesn't matter which way, we'll go both ways. So just circling forward and back, and just mentally noting if you're feeling still some stiffness anywhere. And if you feel that, maybe just pause in that area that's stiff before moving on around in the circle. Inhaling and exhaling with your movement. And then the next time you're in the center, pause and go the other way. circling with your breath. It's almost like stirring the cookie dough. And then gradually coming back to the center, sit back up straight, crown of the head towards the ceiling, seated cat-cow. So on your inhale, hold onto your knees and lean forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together, cow. And then exhale, round the upper back, tuck the chin, cat. And we'll keep going a couple of times. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Just find your own pace. Slow is always good. Feeling what's going on in your body. And last time. And back up to neutral. Now make your way to all fours. Now if your knees are tender, double up your mat, or if you have a yoga blanket or any kind of blanket at home, just place that under your knees. Coming to all fours, if your wrists bother you, you can always come to all fours. Or you can roll up the front edge of your mat and make it a little pedestal for your wrists. So find what works for you today. And then we'll begin by extending your left leg back, lengthen out through that heel, and then look towards the right. Feeling that stretch along the left side of the body. Come back to the center. Knee to the floor, and extend the other leg back and look to the left. And back to the center, both knees down. All fours, cat-cow. Exhale, cat, and inhale, cow. Find your breath pattern. If you can set the tops of your feet on the floor, that helps to distribute the weight equally or more equally between knees and feet. And last time. And back to neutral. Take a scan of your body. Make sure your hip bones are moving towards your ribs, lengthening your spine from crown of the head to tailbone. And we'll get a little more active. Extend your left leg back, toes towards the floor, long spine. Now reach through your right arm and pause. And place hand and knee down and extend the other leg back. Lift. Lengthen, left arm forward, find your balance. Reaching in opposite directions. And then hand and knee down. And then we'll move side to side. One side, down, and the other side. Find that breath pattern. Two more times, using that grounded foot and leg for stability. And hands and knees down. Widen your knees to the outer edges of your mat and sit back in child's pose. Now, if this doesn't work in your body, you can always roll onto your back, knees to chest. So choose which option works for you. In child's pose, reach both arms forward, lift the heels of your hands off your mat, and lengthen the arms. Press into your fingers and press your hips back towards your heels. And then inhale forward, back to all fours. Step your right foot forward. Find a lunge pose. Find your breath and balance. Rooting into the floor with your front foot. Make your way up, hands to your knees. Again, using the whole back of the foot, leg, to find your balance. And inhale, arms up. Exhale, touch the floor. Bring that leg back and step the left foot forward. Find some dynamic tension between the front foot and the back leg. Make sure knee is stacked over ankle. Find balance, hands to the knees. And inhale. Exhale, touch the floor and bring that leg back again. So we'll do that again. Right leg forward, knee stacked over ankle. Inhale up. Let's bring the hands to the waist. So rather than dumping forward, at this point we're staying active. So you're pressing into this foot and into that knee and shin. Finding some dynamic tension. Now we'll reach arms up. Reach for the floor. Pause. Root into your left hand and turn towards your right knee. Maybe add in the right arm lifting. And back to the center. Bring that foot back, left foot forward. Find your balance, hand to knee. And again, rather than dumping forward, stay lifted up tall, crown of the head towards the ceiling. Feeling some action, foot and knee and leg to the floor. And then reach up. And touch the floor. Right hand grounds. Hug that knee into the chest and maybe reach the left arm up. Touch the floor and bring that leg back. All right, heading on to downward dog. Rooting into both hands, fingers spread wide, toes are tucked. Lift your knees to that upside down V. Now, if this doesn't work for you today, you can always stay with knees down. In downward dog, walk your heels up and down, bending one knee, then the other. Keep breathing. Then find stillness. Heels may or may not touch the floor. Lift the heels as high as they'll go. Press into your hands and shift your hips further back towards the back of your mat. And then lower the heels. And then from here, bend your knees. Come forward to hovering the knees. And then back to down dog. Hover. And down dog. One more hover. Pause, hover, hover. And downward dog. Then look forward. Step your right foot forward. Keep the back knee up. Hands to the thigh. And arms may reach overhead. Turn the pinky fingers inwards. Exhale, touch your mat. Step back, downward dog. Bend your knees, step the left foot forward. Give it help if it needs it. And rooting into both feet, hands to the thighs, and arms reach up. back to downward dog. Walk the heels up and down again. Check in. And then pause. Moving on. Step forward, right leg. Give it help if it needs it. Hands to the thigh. Find that balance. It's okay if we wobble. Arms reach overhead. On your exhale, twist toward your front knee and reach both arms back and back to the center. And do that again. Reach arms both directions. Try to level the arms and back to the center. And exhale, touch the floor. Step back, downward dog. Knees down, wide knee, child's pose. Know that anytime you get tired or your breath gets ragged, just pause, take a child's pose, and then tilt back in when you're ready. And then lifting forward, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward and to the thigh. Arms overhead. Rooting into front and back foot. Open, twisting, reaching both directions. And back to the center. And open again. Towards that front knee and back to the center. On your exhale, touch the floor. Step back, downward dog. Knees down. Walk your hands just a little bit further forward. Lower your hips a tad. Hip bones towards the ribs. So we're in a modified plank. Make sure your arms, the eyes of your elbows are pointing forward. Good stability in the shoulders. And then hug your elbows in as you lower to our modified chaturanga. All the way down. No hands, baby cobra. Touch the floor, tuck the toes, and lift back up, modified plank to downward dog. And we'll do that again. Knees down. Shift shoulders over wrists. Hip bones lift towards the ribs. Hug the elbows in. Lower slowly. Lengthen. Look forward. No hands, baby cobra. Touch the floor. Tuck the toes. Back through your modified plank. And downward dog. And then, moving forward, you can stay with the modified version of plank and chaturanga, or move forward to a little more. You get to choose. From downward dog, forward, shoulders over wrists, long, from head to heel. Shift forward, hug your ribs, lower chaturanga. Cobra. Tuck the toes, back to plank, and downward dog. We'll do that again. Forward to plank. Shift forward again, hug the elbows in, chaturanga. Cobra. Plank to downward dog. Bend your knees, step both feet towards the top of your mat. Bend your knees a little or a lot. Relax the back of your neck. 45-degree angle. And then fold. Halfway lift. And fold. Halfway lift. And fold. Pause. Shake your head yes and no. And then lower your hips, looking forward, coming to chair pose. Let's start with the hands in namaste. Again, lengthening your low back, hip bones toward your ribs. Depending on your body construction, your knees might be right over your ankles or a little bit forward. Hopefully you can see your toes. And then fold forward. And we'll move like this a few times. Chair to forward fold. Chair to forward fold. Remembering, you can keep your knees bent a lot. And then pause in your last chair pose. And inhale, circle, sweep arms overhead. Hands to heart. Then we'll keep going like this, building some heat in chair pose flow. Reaching up. And exhale, chair. Inhale up. Exhale, chair. 2 more times. I lost count. And then pause. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands to the heart. Then, from the top of your mat, reach up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. And fold. Step right foot back, lunge. Plant your hands. Left foot back, downward dog. We'll add a little vinyasa. Forward to plank. A little more forward, chaturanga. Maybe upward facing dog. Hips and legs come off the floor. Tuck the toes, downward dog. Right foot forward, then the left. Halfway lift, and fold. Burst of energy up, chair, and hands to the heart, mountain. And we'll do the other side. Reach up, forward fold, halfway lift, fold. Left leg steps way back. Ground the hands, downward dog. Forward to plank. Knees can always come down. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Downward dog. Then lower your knees, sit back in, wide knee child's pose, or that knees to chest if that works better for you. You can also stack your hands under your forehead if that feels better. And find your breath. And then reaching forward, looking forward. All fours, tuck the toes, downward dog. And then options, you can step or hop to the top of your mat, bending your knees as much or as little as you need to. Relax the back of your neck. Halfway lift as you extend the spine forward. Fold. And all the way up. facing the long edge of your mat. And step your feet wide, toes at 2 and 10 o'clock. And then bend your knees over your toes, and you may need to adjust. Knees will need to be happy, so make sure knees are over the ankles. And you can be higher or lower depending on what your body wants today. Then bring arms to goalposts. Inhale, reach up, and exhale down. Inhaling up, and exhale down. Find this rhythm that matches your breath. And then the next time you are in your yogi squat, pause. And hands to the thighs. Now lift alternating heels. Maybe you find the beat in the music. And then pause in the middle. Is there room to go even lower? Keep your spine and torso upright. A little lower. You can do it. A little lower. And stand up. Reach up. And hands to the heart. Now, turn your right toes towards the top of your mat and your left heel towards the back of your mat, coming to warrior 2. Knees stacked over ankle, hips facing the long edge of the mat. Extend arms in both directions and gaze over your forward hand. Reach. Now turn both palms up and connect with your upper back muscles working to hold your arms up. Keep that going. Turn the palms down. Warrior 2. With your next inhale, reach up with the forward arm, reach back, lengthening up. Keep this back side long-ish. And back to warrior 2. We'll move like that. Inhale up, and warrior 2. Reverse, and warrior 2. Reverse, warrior 2. Then we'll add on extended side angle. Inhale up. Now bring the top forward elbow to the thigh. Turn the torso towards the front of the room, either staying here or reaching top arm up. Depending on your practice, you can choose to reach top arm behind your back or come to that bind and breathe. Wherever you are, bring the top hand back up and back to warrior 2. Straighten both legs, feet point forward, heels a little further out than the toes, hinging from the hips, lean forward, wide leg forward fold. Find that halfway point, and then inhale up, exhale halfway, inhale up, exhale halfway. Inhale up. This next time we'll go forward more than halfway to your comfort zone. If at home you have a book or a block to bring the floor closer to you, that's a good option. When you get to the degree of fold you want, pause, relax the back of your neck so that you can shake your head yes and no. And then inhale, come to fingertips. And then turn to your left. Walk your hands to the left. Find a lunge on the left. Inhale up. And then face the long edge of your mat. Warrior 2 on this side. Reach arms forward. Extend both arms. Test that upper back muscle again. Extend, move palms towards the ceiling. Feel your back engage. Reaching in both directions. Keep that going. Palms down. Knee stacked over ankle. And on your inhale, reach up and back. Reverse. And exhale, warrior two. Reverse. And warrior two. Reverse. Warrior two. Pause in warrior two. We'll add in the side angle on this side. Reverse. Forward elbow to the thigh. Extend the top arm forward or straight up, your option. And if you want more, bring that top arm back, opening shoulder towards the ceiling. Maybe you come to the bind, whatever's in your practice. And then everyone, reach both arm, the top arm up. Engage your core, come back up, warrior two. Straighten both legs, feet point forward. Hands on the hips, folding at the hip line halfway. Inhale up. Halfway. Inhale up. One more halfway, then maybe going a little bit further, maybe touch the floor or a block or a book. Relax the back of your neck. Come up to fingertips, extend the spine long. Then bend your right knee, pivot to the top edge of your mat. Lunge. Plant your hands, step back, downward dog. Here you have options to take your flow, whether it be knees down or full flow. Plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog, and back to downward facing dog. And then knees down, wide knee child's pose. And then reaching forward, come up to all fours and move to lying on your back. All right. Feet on the floor, arms by your side. We'll do a little flowing bridge. We'll start by pressing into the floor with your feet. And lift hips up and lift arms up also. And then exhale down. As you're moving, connect with the breath and connect with your inner thighs, keeping the knees hip width apart. And then pause with hands by your side and hips on the floor. And then we'll change the direction. Start with arms overhead. And as you press into the feet, arms come by your side. Hips down, arms overhead. And hips up, arms by your side. Keep moving like this for a few more times. Connecting with the breath. And then the next time arms are by your side, hips are lifted, root into the feet actively, pressing hips maybe a little higher. Try not to move your head side to side in bridge pose. And actively press into the floor with the whole
length of the back of your arm, your triceps and forearms and hands, actively pressing into the floor. Then we'll add a little bit more. So transfer the weight of your body into your right leg and lift your left leg towards the ceiling. Still using the whole arm for strength and balance. Keep breathing. Now lower that left leg until it's parallel to your other thigh. And then 2 feet on the floor. Slowly lower your bridge. And bring these to the chest and just rock side to side. Feet back on the floor. Come back to your bridge. Hips lift. Arms by your side. Active arms. Feet active. Transfer the weight of your body to your left foot. Lift right heel towards the ceiling. And point the toes. Maybe point and flex. Point and flex. And then lower that right leg until it's parallel to the other thigh. Keep breathing. Lots of work going on. And 2 feet on the floor. And lower the hips. Press feet to the outer edge of your mat and sway knees side to side. Back to the center. Bring your feet, inner edges of your feet together, and allow your knees to move to the opposite edges of your mat. Reclining butterfly, Baddha Konasana. Supta Baddha Konasana. Take 3 cleansing breaths. And after that next breath, you can use your hands to lift your knees back up. Bring both knees to the chest. Feet to the floor. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. You can stay here or reach between the legs and bring both knees towards your chest. Keep the top foot flexed. You can also hold on to that right knee and lift your right arm overhead. So lots of options here, depending on what you need today. So feel what's going on in your body, a nice stretch in this left glute and hip. Tuck your chin, make sure the back of your neck is long. And then listen closely. Release your hands and take this top foot and let it move to the right side of your mat in a little twist. So options here. That foot can touch down or it might stay lifted and roll to the outer edge of the right foot. Maybe turn your gaze the opposite direction. And then engage your core, bring both legs back to the center, uncross. Lift up, just to make sure your spine is nice and long. Cross the right ankle over left knee, either staying here or bringing both knees to the chest. You can stay here. You can also use a strap around the back of the thigh. Or if you want even more, hold on with the left hand. Maybe the right arm comes overhead. Keep that top foot flexed. lower foot can do whatever it wants. Maybe closing your eyes now and feeling mentally what your body is feeling. Just notice. No right or wrong, just noticing. And then both hands come to the floor, and this right top foot moves to the left side of your mat. And maybe your gaze turns away. You can use one hand for a little deeper stretch as well. And then with your next breath, core engages back to the center, uncross, and then roll to your side and come back up to seated. Legs extended long. Find the sit bones. If you find that your lower back is rounding, then it helps to sit on a blanket or a block, something, a blanket is more comfortable. And reach arms up. And on your exhale, reach toward your toes. And inhale back up. You can also bend your knees. That helps to lengthen your spine. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale up. Exhale, reach forward. Now pause, lower your chin. And hold on to whatever you find. Maybe it's the floor, ankles, toes. And relax. And then inhale, sliding hands back upright. And then to end our class today, you have several options. You can sit in seated meditation for however long you like, or you can lie down in Shavasana, finding space between your legs and your body. Closing your eyes if that's comfortable, and receiving the benefits of your practice. Stay in Shavasana or meditation for as long as you like.